Yeah. Hello, Brenda.
Hi, Dodo. We left off the last video saying that we were going to talk about you reading the future in this one.
Yeah.
So with reading the future, is it just the lines and the pictures, or is it one or the other, or combination, or how does it work?
Yeah. Reading the future, it's a combination. Yeah, right. It's a combination about the signs. It's an old story about reading lines and reading futures. I mean, people have written huge book about this.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I think it's a more a question about what can I do to make my future the best future for me.
Exactly.
So therefore, people are more open-minded to see what can I do to change my future. So I also use this when I see, maybe you can call it a bad sign.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I'll give you an example. It's a very good example. When I look at the marriage line, and I look, the marriage line have to be so strong and you know, and you can live on it, and it can, it not, yeah.
It's flexible.
Yeah. No more than strong. So when you see a marriage line going like this,
okay.
In Danish we call it the metal is tired.
Okay.
So the marriage is tired.
No.
And if you don't do anything, it will end in divorce.
Okay.
So if you want that man or woman, you have to make, or you want to live in that apartment, you have to do something with it. So you have to put something here to make your marriage stable again.
Okay.
So I say to people, of course, I can see your marriage is hanging a little bit. So if you want your marriage, you have to work on it. So you have to talk to your husband. Exactly. Now we're going to work, because if we're not working on it, it will go yama. And then suddenly a day you will stand with your suitcase in your hand.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's important for me to tell people that.
Yes.
Once, I want to tell you, once I saw, for example, an illness in a hand. I also feel that I absolutely have to tell it. It may not be true, but if it is true, I'm not God, so I'm not allowed to say what shall I tell you and what shall I not tell you. Yeah. So I have to tell you everything. So if I see something on your stomach, something looks not good, I cannot see how bad it is, never see that, but I can see something here is not good. So please go to the doctor. Okay. Or about your what do you call in a woman's
your ovaries.
Yeah, exactly, women things. I say go to the doctor because something is not in balance here. And I have been called by phone or have emailed from people who have been to doctor, and they have been on their way to getting ill.
There was a concern.
Yeah, and they have managed it. Yeah. Because they have changed their way of living.
So when you see a okay, let's take a job for example. Yeah. With all the stuff that's going on in the world, with all the downsizing and stuff these days, when you see a potential problem, it doesn't actually mean it's not wrote in stone that it will happen. So
no, that's right. But if I look at the job situation, now. When we are talking, I'm talking about things which change in for months. Yeah. The sign can change very easily. Yeah. For example, where in the hand I'm looking at job situation, I can, for example, when I see that the organization you're working in is getting problems, and when the organization gets problems, you might be fired. Yeah. And then I can see a line, okay, in a month or two, there will be this show. Now from the line, it will change. Right. Totally change. And of course, I will tell that.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a change in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
It might be you are changing job.
Mm-hmm.
It might be, I cannot tell you, but it will be a change. Like drawing a line.
Okay.
So when the line is drawn, I'm looking what's on the other side of the line.
Mm-hmm.
Something you can work with, something you can deal with, something will give you hope maybe. And hope is a very good thing to have. So when I see that you will manage in
Mm-hmm.
one or the other way, you will get food, you will pay your bills and so on.
Right.
I cannot see you will be glorious rich, for example, but that you will come through it.
Be taken care of. Yeah.
And the truth is, we come through very lots of things.
Yeah. Yes, I know that.
But we have to be supported of our inner soul, our inner voice. And therefore it's so important for me to read your inner voice, because it's your best friend and it's your best supporter.
So that's where you come into reading the now, the present, being in contact with your own soul.
Exactly. Because when you then are meeting problem, like the firm, the organization is closed and you're standing on the road, on the street, nothing to do. But if you are in contact with your own soul, you know, what can I get out of this situation? What is good for me now?
Okay.
So you are close to yourself and you don't get stressed because I have to learn something here, and tomorrow it's another day.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to worry. Also, it's lots about trusting life.
Mm-hmm.
And I also talk about trusting life when I'm talking with your hands.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, in the next video, why don't we talk more about getting in contact with our soul, trusting life, and being in contact with now?
Yeah.
Good enough?
Yeah. Thanks,
Dodo.
Thank you, sir.